This is Going Places. Interesting people doing interesting things in interesting places. And we want you to come along. Hello and welcome to this edition of Goin Places. I'm Ricc Rollins. I hope your morning's amazing. Here's what's coming up on today's show. We're talking with Laura Bryne about everything that's happening in Tampa Bay and the latest issue of Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine. We'll continue our conversation with Marcus Lewis about emancipating yourself from credit. Karimah has an excellent craft idea that will make the Halloween days memorable, and we'll talk with Carlton Burgess about his latest musical project. All of this and more, starting on Going Places right now. Laura Bryne is in the house, and you know that if Laura's in the house, we're going to be talking about the things we can do in Tampa Bay, and then of course we'll talk about the latest issue of Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine.
Yes, we're so excited about the October issue. Obviously it features Candy the Witch. This is at Busch Gardens, their Spooktaculair event. This is a new event that they debuted last year, and it's something that's just at Busch Gardens. And yes, they have it at SeaWorld as well, one of the other parks, but this one is catered just to Busch Gardens, and it's just a really sweet event. It's on the weekends. You can bring the kids, they can go trick-or-treating, they can watch her mad scientist friend perform some experiments. Oh, wow. Yeah, so it's just a lot of fun. It's a very cute event.
And how long it runs through?
That's going to be running through this month, through the month of October on weekends.
Okay, so what else is going on?
Yeah, so at Busch Gardens too, you know, obviously we have Spooktaculair for the kids, and they also do have the Sesame Street Kids Weekends as well. That's happening right now on the weekends, so you can kind of do 2 for 1, which is nice.
Oh
for
wow,
the little
that's
ones.
great. But
then you can bring them back home and then get your separate ticket for Howl-O-Scream. Now I do get some questions on, can you bring kids to Howl-O-Scream? And it's not an event that's catered to kids. However, they're not going to turn kids away. So I would say if you have an older child, maybe a middle schooler or high schooler, for sure, I think a high school student can handle it. It's up to the discretion of the parent. It's spooky, it's scary,
okay, I was going to ask you, is it spookier?
Risque.
Is it spookier than it was last year?
It always is. They always come up with new ideas, new haunted houses. I went through 2 haunted houses, and I was like, okay, that's quite enough.
Okay,
and I did all the scare zones, though. Okay. And they do a really good job, they're scare actors, of startling you. So I would say, yes, there's the gore and some of the risque stuff, but they're really good at startling you. They're not going to touch you.
Okay, but they might get touched, because I swear, you scared me, I'm going to punch you.
Yeah, they're not going to do that, but it's, that's like after the 2 houses, like, okay, yeah, but it is fun. It's a great event. They have special cocktails for adults and bars throughout with, I mean, you can drink a Jell-O shot out of a syringe or like a drink out of a blood bag. And so they do a really good job with theming, with the lights, and of course a chance to ride the roller coasters at night when it's all lit for the event. It's fun. Like I said, a great event for adults. And if you have the older kids and you think that they can handle it, then I say bring them. It's up to your discretion as a parent on whether you bring them or not.
Did you take your kids?
I did not. My 10-year-old.
Not to Howl-O-Scream, but to the
Spooktaculair. Yeah. They've been, unfortunately, the day we went, they were sick.
Oh.
So all those bugs going around. Yeah. But we went last year, and it's a lot of fun. They just love trick or treating. So it's like a chance to get the candy and
costumes this year.
Yeah, so kids can absolutely wear costumes to these. Obviously, for adults, no costumes are allowed, and even teenagers. So the 12 and younger group, they can definitely wear a costume. It's a little hot, so leave that up to you. One thing that we did,
it's a mask.
Yeah, with the cover, we had the girls. They brought the costumes, but then they changed into regular clothes to finish the day out at the park after they were done with Spooktaculair.
So what are your boys going to be this year?
I have no idea. I am the parent who lets them choose the day of Halloween. We go to Target and I say, pick what's left. Because I am so tired of them changing their minds. And I'm like, this is how we're going to do it. But then my youngest, who's 8, he hasn't worn a costume trick-or-treating the past 2 years.
Oh, wow.
He just decided it's too hot, and he just didn't want to wear one, so he just trick-or-treats as himself. So there you go.
Wow. Okay, well, when we come back, one things that we want to talk about is more of Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine, of course, but we also want to talk about the other events that are falling into the season.
I can't wait to share.
Okay, so when we come back, more Going Places right after this with the one and only Laura Bryne. You want to stay with us? Welcome back to this edition of Going Places. I have the honor and the privilege to have the Laura Bryne from, I almost called you Laura Banks. Where did that come from?
That's all right.
Laura Bryne from Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine. If you've been a watcher of Going Places, of course you've seen her before, but now to see her in person as we sit side by side, no boxes.
I know,
no
you're
boxes.
here, real life.
Exactly. So we left and we were talking about Busch Gardens.
Yep.
So let's keep going. What else?
Yeah, there are so many awesome things to do here in Tampa Bay. One of my other favorites that we just went to is Creatures of the Night at Zoo Tampa.
Okay, how was that?
And it was so great. And they have some new characters, and
Really?
Count Shirop and Countess Tara. So apparently they're vampires, and they have a dance party. It's a vampire ball. They're dancing all night, but don't worry, they don't drink blood. They feed off of your energy. So they want you to come out and dance with them throughout the night. This is right when you first walk in. And the cool fun fact, of course, it's a zoo fun fact, that Chiroptera is a scientific name for bats. So they're very creative. Their creative team is fantastic.
That's about doing your research.
Yes, and I talked to Alex. He is in charge of a lot of the special events there, and he actually draws a lot of his inspiration for the event from his 8-year-old daughter, which I think is cool. Because it's an event that is truly designed for kids and by kids, and of course the rest of his team as well.
I wonder if she gets a check.
Right? I know.
Consulting
I know.
fee.
But it's so much fun to be able to go around, and they do have a haunted house area, and it's bigger and better than ever before. I went through it, and it's definitely pretty startling. It's pretty good. Yeah, not for you, huh?
No, I will be, look, I will be the person sitting outside waiting on you all to come out and say, how was it?
I'm not a big haunted house person either, but this one was pretty good. It wasn't like so over the top, because it is a family-friendly event. You know, Howl Scream kind of takes the cake when it comes to the super scary stuff. But I highly recommend going if you're a zoo member. It's free to go. You just have to pay the $5 reservation fee to secure your spot, because this event does sometimes sell out. And you'll get that $5 back as a voucher for food or merchandise.
Oh, really?
And then the rest
That's great.
it is a separately ticketed event, but I highly recommend it. And another one I recommend if you have kids, or if you're just a Lego enthusiast too, is Brick or Treat at Legoland, Florida. That one's a lot of fun too, and the reason why I like that, my kids are obviously big Lego kids. They love Lego.
Really?
But it's a chance to meet special event characters that are exclusive just to the event. And of course, there's trick-or-treating. I mean, what kid is not going to want to go trick-or-treating?
No, what kid? What adult?
What adult?
I want the candy.
You know, listen,
Look,
I saw adults getting the bags too, and they didn't say no. So I mean,
you know, when we do it at the mall, the parents are like, "Is there an extra?" I'm like, "No, I've got kids. You're not getting them." But then I end up giving it to them anyway. But and then of course I'm now telling everyone, "Could you come by and get the candy?" Because I will sit there and eat all the candy all day long. I'll be like hyped by the time.
Well, that's pretty much what the kids do. They pretty much, I think, you know, finish off the candy by the time before we even leave the park, right? But no, it's Brick or Treat is so much fun. It's on weekends, and they actually have a special ticket right now for throughout the rest of the year. It's the Monster to Marry, and it's I think it's $119.
The Monster to
Marry season ticket, and you can go as many times as you want.
Oh, I get it. Monster to Marry, M-E-R-R-Y.
Exactly. So you can go for the Christmas holidays for those events too. So something to consider if you don't want to just buy the day ticket for it.
That is, and that make a great gift too.
Yeah, absolutely a great gift. Yep.
That is you know, I haven't been to Legoland yet, and I keep saying I want to go because I think it would be a great time. I was never a Lego enthusiast, but the more but I think I might enjoy that. So, okay, Laura Bryne, I'm listening.
It is a lot of fun.
I'm listening.
And you know, obviously here in Tampa, it's hot still, right? We're all sweating,
Yes.
but we still have a ton of farms in the areas that are doing some really cool fall events.
Do tell.
Oh, yes. So Sweet Fields, it's up in Town, so it's about a 50 to 55-minute drive from Tampa if you're coming from the downtown area. We'll just kind of use that as a landmark. And they have so many fun farm activities. They have the corn maze. They have apple cider, fresh pressed right there.
Wow.
And yeah, so that's something that, you know, kind of unique. And they also have you-pick flowers, and veggies will be coming up here pretty soon too. But it's fun.
That would be fun.
It is fun, and I saw a lot of adults there without kids too. So, and it's and I just love the chance to be able to go out and like pick my own flowers. That was a lot of fun.
I think I would like that.
Yeah.
We should. Well, you already went, so I'll just have to find somebody to go with. Anybody
I'll
want to go with me? If
I'll go again.
You do, okay, then we'll do that, and we'll make it a segment on Going Places.
Yeah.
We go in. So in the few minutes that we have left, let's talk about. You had one other thing you wanted to tell me about, or was that it?
I think that's it for right now
No,
as
it's
far as
not.
what we have video.
It's about Tampa Bay
Oh, well, the
Parenting Magazine.
Yes, of course. No, we also, in this month's issue, which you can view, by the way, on TampaBayParenting.com, we have all of the digital version of our magazine there, too. But the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus is coming back. They're already on tour now, and they're going to be in Tampa in the beginning of January. And I had a chance to get a sneak peek of the show, and it is spectacular. So awesome. And we have an interview with the Feld family in here. The crazy thing is, the show was created and rehearsed right here in Tampa Bay, in Palmetto. So just as you're crossing the Sunshine Skyway, as you're heading south, Feld Entertainment has this huge complex where they have the circus, but also Monster Jam and Disney on Ice. It is incredible what they're doing, and it's crazy to think that it's right here in our own backyard.
And so therefore we should not, cannot, and will not miss it.
Oh, absolutely not. And they don't have animals now. And
okay, I was going to ask you.
It's a reimagined show, completely different, but there was just the acrobats that you see and the things that the people do. It was just incredible. So I highly recommend, for sure.
Okay, well, here's the QR code. So if you want to find out anything about Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine, here's how you do it. And Laura Bryne, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for making this a reality.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you.
Good to see you.
More Going Places right after this. Stay with us.
None of us has ever gotten anywhere without help.
Introducing the Nonprofit Collective.
There'll be nearly 5 million pounds of food distributed in Tampa Bay.
The Nonprofit Collective is a place for our community to come together.
We serve veterans and their families.
Help at your fingertips, where community heroes reach out to make a difference.
Who comes into this market? Our friends and neighbors.
And where those who need help find help. The Nonprofit Collective, only on RHS TV.
On last week, we began a conversation with Marcus Lewis about emancipating yourself from credit. That conversation was so good, we needed to do a part 2. Here it is. Welcome back to this edition of Going Places. I hope that you now have a pen and a piece of paper, or you got your phone, that new iPhone that you just bought, or that other phone and you're sitting there and you're taking notes, because today, look, there's Juneteenth, there's 4th of July. Well, on this day, this is you emancipating yourself from the financial enslavement you found yourself. Marcus Lewis joins us to tell us how we do that. Go for it, Marcus.
Yes, sir. And a big shout out to one of my big mentors, Daraine Delavante, who's a consumer law expert and who actually made me a subject matter expert in consumer law, which is the second step in freeing yourself from the financial strains of America. Understanding that you have rights as a consumer.
Bruh, come on.
Corporations do not control you. The IRS is a privately owned individual corporation. The so-called credit bureaus, or not bureaus, they're actual regular companies, regular LLCs that you can actually Google and look up. These are regular owned companies. You are not a slave to these companies. You have rights under USC code 151681-A-C or -B. Like, there's so many different things you could do to clear your credit. And that's where step 2 comes in. Credit cleanliness is the key to financial freedom. Being able to use credit and leverage credit to do everything in your life. We no longer use cash to pay for anything. And if you're watching this segment, do not use cash no more. Credit cards are our friends. You can have 75 credit cards, 20 credit cards, 10 credit cards. Just leverage the credit the right way. Stay on top and always have them paid down. You never want to go over 30% utilization.
Wow. I'm sitting here because that is really a great point, because for a long time it was that whole cream thought, cash rules everything around me, and you're saying that it necessarily doesn't, because when the cash is gone, the cash is gone.
I feel like I tell a lot of my mentees, because I do a mentorship program. It's called the Golden Circle, where I bring a bunch of small business owners and I rehabilitate their mindsets to get ready to go into the financial world out here as far as an entrepreneur is concerned. But our key takeaways from this is implementing to them using the bank's money to do anything in your corporation. Leverage financial credit to do everything. A lot of people, you brought up the stimulus checks for COVID. If a lot of people would have took that $1,200 to $1,500 from their stimulus check and put it into a secured loan, opened up credit cards in that same name, they would have had 10 to 20,000 in the spending limit to drop on real estate, laundromats, ATM machines, 360 camera machines. Like, there's so many. We live in America, which back in the day, as you know, they said our streets were paved with gold. That's what the entire world said before anybody started migrating here, because we already knew that America was a land of the free. We're the only country with a credit system. We're the only country where you can come with nothing and get $100,000 off. So it's like, learning to leverage your credit will save you a lot of stress. And you'll start seeing a different style of life when people start bringing out the bottles of Pellegrino when you walk in the store, rather than looking at you and giving you the smirk, all based off your credit profile. So,
wow. I'm sitting here going, I hate that this is, we don't have enough time. You got to come back. And you know what I want to do? I want to find some people who don't realize the shackles are dragging them down, and have you mentor them and watch what happens in the process. Because if you want to go places, you got to have the freedom to go places.
Roger. Yes, sir.
So we'll talk more about that when we can. Let's tell them how you can get the book, because they need the book. Everybody needs this book. Or if you're doing a workshop or whatever you're doing, let's tell them how to get there ASAP.
Yes, sir. So the book is on all platforms, and right now you can get it on Amazon. Amazon has the best way to get it. It's a direct ship straight to you. It'll take 3 days. It's Emancipation of the Financial Mindset on Amazon.com. Just search it in the search bar. Also, if you go to dematactical_com, you'll find it on my business profile. It's got a link in the bio. You'll find it. And there's also a link in that bio for a signed copy of the book. And then if you look, once you get the book and look in the back of the book, you'll see a special offer for all my guests, newcomers, and everybody to join my mentorship program. And just to let everybody know, financing is now available for all things, anything to do with the company. As far as easycreditai.com is where we host a lot of our mentorships off of, and that's where we also rebuild people's credit and help them on the journey. We're a credit consulting company, and that's easycreditai.com. Go on there, send me a message. I'll give you a link to the book and everything.
Okay, so I'm looking forward to how we fuel the car for people to go places, because now they are financially free. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you for being with us, Marcus Lewis. Again, if you want a copy of the book and you missed what Marcus said, you go to this QR code and it will take you where you need to go. It's time to be free. It's
Thank you.
liberation on Goin Places. Okay, we'll talk to you more the next time, Marcus. Got to come back. Promise me you're going to come back? Okay.
Yes, sir. I'll be here.
More Goin Places right after this.
Almost on a date with someone who was possibly a murderer. Oh my God!
Dating hazards and mishaps.
I want just a text back.
No question, no doubt about it. It's a 5.
Check out Dating in America on RHS TV.
Welcome back to this edition of Goin Places. It would not be the holidays without a craft or two from Karimah. Take it away, Karimah.
Thanks, Rick. Today we are going to make these pumpkin sun catchers for Halloween. Here are the supplies you will need to complete this craft. If you have a cutting machine, choose your favorite pumpkin image in the design space, then cut. If not, you can visit my website at craftingafunlife.com to receive a free pumpkin template. Now it's time to cut the tissue paper into small pieces. If you're not comfortable with your child using scissors, let them tear the tissue paper by hand. Roll out your contact paper, then add your pumpkin as a guide to see where to cut. Cut your contact paper, then peel off the backing. Carefully place your pumpkin outline on top of the contact paper. Your child may need help with this step. This is the fun part. Now it's time to add the tissue paper inside of your pumpkin. Make sure it's completely covered. Carefully peel off the back of another piece of contact paper and place it on top of the pumpkin, sticky side down. This is how it should look. Finally, use scissors to cut the pumpkin suncatcher. Your little one may need help with this step. Use tape to hang these beautiful sun catchers on your window or sliding glass door. Make sure you visit my shop on craftingafunlife.com to purchase these digital products to celebrate Halloween with your family. I hope you enjoyed crafting with me today. If you're looking for more fun ideas, make sure you visit my blog at craftingafunlife.com. And if you need a fun book to celebrate Halloween, check out You're My Little Pumpkin Pie. Such an adorable rhyming book. Your kids will love it. Back to you, Rick.
When we come back, Carlton Burgess joins us to talk about his newest musical project right after this. Stay with us. Welcome back to this edition of Goin Places. I'm so excited because we have people in the studio today. And one of the people that I love probably more than he knows is Carlton Burgess. Carlton is a Grammy-award winning gospel singer. He's a producer. He's a playwright. There's not much that he doesn't do. And so I'm honored to have him. He has a new book out, which has a labor of love, and it really is his legacy gift to anybody who loves gospel music and the sacred hymn. Welcome to Goin Places.
Thank you. I have finally made it to your Goin Places.
Yes, you have, because you are going places.
I'm going. I have arrived at a place.
You're so kind.
And it's a great place.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
love you more.
Yeah, I appreciate you so much. Carlton and I have been friends for, ooh, Lord, we were
Long
little.
time,
Yeah,
right.
we were little.
Not too long ago.
Okay. So tell me about this. I mean, when I saw it on social media, I got happy because I know that you are all about legacy. And so let's talk about this new hymn, this hymn lovers.
Well,
piece.
as I approach 60 years old, I'm telling the world.
Okay.
I think you had a birthday earlier.
Yes, I'm 61.
As I
Okay.
approach you,
He always
your
wants
place.
us to know, want people to know that I'm the older one. Okay.
You know, I wanted to leave, like you say, a legacy, include songs that I've written since I was a teenager. So this book includes songs from 14 years old to 50-something years old.
Oh, wow.
Things that I've written over the years, like for Brooklyn Tab, that won the Grammy Award.
Yes.
I'm Not Afraid. I wrote that in college. So I started that at USF. I had a dream that I was running from some negative of black force, and the Holy Ghost reminded me that He has not given me the spirit of fear, but He's given me power, love, and a sound mind. I hope you don't mind me quoting.
Oh, no, I don't mind at all. Child, people know me by now. They know.
And I started writing, I'm Not Afraid. And by the time I finished it, I had moved to Washington, D.C. and was sitting on the campus of Howard University, and God completed the song. And that song has been recorded over and over and over. That's one song in the book, and I have a song that I wrote for kids when I was working in D.C. public schools. Up until recently, I recorded with Complete Praise Music, my group, ensemble group. And amazing music. If you can find it anywhere, wherever you buy music, I'm telling you, it will bless you in ways. It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon? Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
and just a whole 12 songs. There's a song that's just for men. We call it TTBB, where, you know, just for a male chorus.
Oh, wow.
I had an 85 voice choir in D.C. of men, and I had to arrange music, so I arranged that hymn for them. I gave it to a lady in her 80s the other day, and she said, "You wrote Holy, Holy, Holy." I said, "No, ma'am." That hymn has been out since 1700. I did an arrangement, so it's some arrangements.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now you have another book that you're working on that's going to be coming out soon. Of course, we'll put up the QR code on how you can get the hymn piece. But let's talk about the book that you're working on. It's called
Parkinson's Warrior.
Okay, because you are surviving.
I am surviving. I'm very grateful because I'm sitting here today. It's only a miracle of God, because I've had some very serious complications, as you can probably see physically, that I deal with some things. But, you know, it's not what you deal with, it's who you deal with. And because of God, I have a warring spirit, a warring spirit that says I'm a winner and I'm still a success story no matter what I deal with my Parkinson's.
And you are a success story. I'm amazed because let me tell you, there was a time when I saw you and I was like, oh, geez. And then I saw him again and I was like, Carlton?
My Undertaker friends were calling me quite a bit. They text me every other day.
Checking on you, yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're glad you're doing well.
Right.
And so you also, you don't stay still. So in April, it's the Hymn Lovers Conference.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so what we'll do is make sure that we put the QR code, and of course you're going to be back. You know, you can come back anytime you want to. And look, for the Christmas special, I need you to get your ensemble ready. So, okay, so we can do that.
Yes.
But in the last minute, I want to also talk about what you do on a daily, and that is the Burgess School of the Arts.
Yes.
So let's talk about that real quick.
Can you believe it's 21 years?
21 years, wow.
You've helped me so much with that project, with our Feeding the Hungry. We do a lot of outreach also. But we take young people, black, white, rich, poor, all cultures, and we give them an opportunity to hone their gifts and to learn how to play piano and drums and violin. And we've been doing it for 21 years.
And there have been some amazing musicians that have come out of that.
I've watched, not even knowing I was in a hotel room and looked at the TV, and my voice student was on The Voice.
Oh, wow.
A few years ago.
Wow, see, that's amazing.
And he made the top 10. And he was so kind to say, I started at Burgess.
Oh, that is.
And they came and interviewed us. So it's great when they come back and say thank you.
That is. And I'd like to say thank you. One, for being my friend, but also being someone who inspires me with your daily walk. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so very much. Well, I want to thank you for joining us. We're almost out of time. I am excited about what's happening next week and the week after and the week after. Why? Because we'll always be talking about interesting people, doing interesting things in interesting places. Until then, for everybody here at Goin Places, be blessed on your journey. We'll see you next time. Take care.
I really love you, Jesus. Love me.